Hello, this is Jijun, and today we're speaking to Yoong Ling. And so take over and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Yoong Ling. I'm 25 years old from Australia. I am a online strength coach, and I also do therapeutic support work in Australia. I come back to Penang quite regularly to visit family, as I'm half Malaysian. Maybe every 2-3 times a year.
Okay. We talking in English because mainly that's preferred language. So for this episode and for subsequent episode, if they do have special guests, English might be our primary language. So you're a powerlifter. How often do you compete, and what kind of intensity do you usually compete?
Yeah, so I compete, right now I currently compete just twice a year. So I do a qualifier internationals, and then I'm hoping for an international comp, so it'll make it 3, but at the moment it's looking like 2 times a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
When's your next comp?
I have my next comp on the 13th of September, so
okay. Quite
like
soon.
5 weeks away.
Okay. Prior to powerlifting, like what kind of sport do you do when you grow up?
Yeah, so I pretty much grew up in sport. I started swimming at a very young age. I got into competitive swimming at about 10 to 11. And then for the next 6 years, I think, I was a competitive national swimmer. After that, because of high school, my studies, I was training 7 times a week.
Wow.
So it was quite fatiguing. I eventually stopped swimming. And then after high school, I picked up rugby league.
I see. So jumping from one sport to another.
Yeah. So with rugby league, Australia also has a thing called OzTag, which is non-contact footy.
I see.
So I was jumping in between rugby league and OzTag every season. But I also made it to about a representative level for rugby league as well. And then after COVID, I did my ACL. So I fully ruptured my ACL. And that's where I began strength training and then going into powerlifting. Yeah.
I see. And your ACL is still currently
Yes. So I booked in for surgery, and then I went to see a physio for prehab. And at that time, they looked at my knee and really said, you're still actually quite sufficient. You can still move.
That's insane.
You're still not really feeling like you can walk fine. You can, do activities fine. So we decided not to operate and get the reconstruction. So we just strength trained, built some more muscle, and then I eventually returned to footy. So I actually was able to play footy afterwards, but at that point, I already decided I liked the gym better.
I see. And would you attribute the injury, I won't say recovery, but you're able to function well because your prior experience with sports and you have a well-developed muscle, or what?
Yeah, I would say so. I think the biggest thing after COVID was because there wasn't enough movement. That maybe after COVID, when I restarted sport, I kind of struggled to maintain those movements. So that's how what caused the injury. And then getting back into rehab was definitely, having a background in sport definitely helped with how I could deal with it and how I am now. Yeah.
And who kind of, inspired your sports journey? Because you've been starting quite young.
Yeah.
Is it your family that keeps on encouraging?
It is a bit tricky because my family isn't really sport orientated at all. I have an older brother. My older brother does not play sport.
Okay.
But my mum definitely was a pioneer for pushing me to try new things. Footy, not so much.
Okay.
She didn't enjoy me doing contact sports.
I see.
But she definitely, when I wanted to swim, she was the one who said, if you can take it seriously, then do it. And then coming into any other sport I do, or anything I do really, she'll say, okay, try your best.
Do you ever go down to those sports scholarship routes, or not really?
Not particularly. I think with swimming, I did a lot of swimming camps. So when you get to a certain level, they provide camps for you. So it's a 4-day intensive swimming camp.
I see.
But in terms of sponsorship, because I did sports that were recognized quite young, I didn't really get the opportunity to have a scholarship during uni or something like that. And now powerlifting in Australia is not a recognized sport, so there's not really much scholarship surrounding it as well.
Get back into our topic. So lifting scenes, how long had you been starting lifting? as in the first time you step into the gym.
During swimming, we did a lot of like strength and conditioning. So I was already in the gym maybe when I was like 11, 12.
Okay.
But not specifically strength training. It was more so like functional ability.
For instance, what kind of movement?
A lot of like gym accessories like cable work or dynamic movements like plyometrics.
Okay.
A lot of explosive movements that would help me in the pool. And same thing with footy. Like when I got to footy, it was more so like the conditioning was always running.
Okay.
But we would be in the gym to do like I think like female sport at the time for rugby league was like very minimal. So even like the strength component or the SNC component wasn't as big.
I see.
So it was very like basic gym movements, to be honest.
And so so no sort of squat, bench, or deadlift
I
at
think
that
we
point?
did squat. We didn't really bench, and deadlift definitely not, but we did squat, I think.
And what's your thoughts on starting lifting at an early age?
I think it's better, honestly. Like strength training not only teaches you how coordination, it teaches like it grows your muscles, it helps your bone density, it helps so much, and especially with kids who may be more prone to injury, or like kids in general are more prone to injury because they don't have the muscle.
Yeah.
Like it helps, especially if they want to have an athletic pathway. Yeah.
At what age do you start shifting into powerlifting?
Oh, I think I was 21.
COVID year.
Oh, 22 then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or 22, 23.
Okay.
Yeah, I started my first competitive year as a last year junior, so 23 I think it would be.
So who brought you into the fold?
At the time, because I was doing my rehab for my ACL, I was just going to a commercial gym, and it was like one of those gym uncles.
I see.
So
I see.
he like came up to me, he was like very kind-hearted and everything. He said, oh my gosh, like I was squatting at the time, and he said, oh, do you powerlift? I was like, I didn't even know what powerlifting was.
Wow.
And I was like, no. He said, there's a gym down the road. Like they used to PT here. They opened their own powerlifting gym. Like you should go check it out. Like I think you would be a great powerlifter.
Oh, okay.
And then I actually checked it out.
Oh, okay. So is that the current gym that you with?
Yeah.
I see.
They have they have 2 venues. I train at the more powerlifting specific one. Originally, I was at like the PT, the personal training site.
I see. And you kind of work out in Malaysia before, or only recently?
Since COVID, I've been trying to, like at the beginning when I wasn't really like maybe like a novice powerlifter. If I came back, I wouldn't really train. I'll say I'll train and then I do like one session.
I see.
But now that it's a bit more serious, I'll come back and train. But in Penang, there's not really like a powerlifting scene. Like there's definitely strong powerlifters, but in terms of the gyms, there's no like Alico bar or like
sort of comp grade equipment.
Spec equipment. So I've been training out of like commercial gyms. Yeah.
And how would you compare that to kind of Australia?
I think no matter what city you go to in Australia, you can probably find a powerlifting gym.
Oh.
Definitely like the gym culture in Australia is a lot bigger, so the accessibility is there as well. But yeah, I think it's definitely more accessible.
How's the gym culture like in Australia?
I think it really ranges. Like in Australia, I think like from a young age, it's quite accepted to go to the gym. So you'll get like kids, like teenage boys who want to get buff, or like a lot of like the stereotypical, like the females who want to like grow their bum, like body build. And then there's like the strength training component, which is starting to now get bigger. Like you have a lot more like general population, like Gen Pop, that want to start strength training, but maybe that was in the past like 5 years. Like prior to that, it's been very like bodybuilding aesthetic.
I see.
Yeah.
And would you say there's more bodybuilders in most gyms, or?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, still very bodybuilding.
So out of 10, how many are powerlifters in that sense?
In a commercial gym?
Yeah.
Maybe like a 1-to-5 ratio.
Oh, okay.
Maybe like a 2-to-5 ratio.
Actually, not too bad.
Yeah.
It's actually not too bad. Oh, okay.
I think because the gym culture is like, if you become a powerlifter, you end up going to like a powerlifting gym. You don't stay in a commercial gym, but you still get the odd kid that like maxes out every day.
Yeah, but then, okay, out of 5 gyms, how many are powerlifting gyms?
So I'm from Sydney. Sydney has about 8 powerlifting gyms.
Wow, That's quite a lot.
Yeah.
And the powerlifting gyms, they are actively competing types?
Yeah.
I see. And for powerlifters, usually, do you think they started off knowing the sport outright, or they sort of grew into it?
I think they'll grow into it. Like, it's kind of the same concept. You get a lot of people from commercial gyms who like, oh, I want to test my 1RM, like max out every day.
Yeah.
And then they realize like, oh, it's cool to be strong. And then they eventually find their way to like a coach or a gym and they compete,
And how many coaches are there, like in?
In Australia, it's quite saturated. I think the accessibility of online coaching, like, is quite prevalent. So there's a lot of online coaches. Yeah. So if you're not really looking for like, if you're not a beginner and you want to powerlift, of course it's a bit cheaper and it's a bit more accessible to get an online coach rather than like PT, like one-on-one.
Yeah.
So I would say like the field is quite saturated. Like you get the odd person who like really enjoys powerlifting who might coach their friend.
Right.
So there's quite a lot of coaches in Australia.
I see. And like, what's your experience when you first started this sport?
It was quite positive. I would say my experience was like, because you get the newbie gains, right? Like maybe 1 week you're squatting like 40 kilos and then in a month's time you're already up to like 80.
Right.
It was quite fun actually.
Okay.
Like the progress is really fun.
Yeah.
But the community as well, like for the most part, if you go to a competition, like everyone's cheering. Doesn't matter if you have like 20 kilos on the bar or like 300, like there's people cheering for you.
I see.
Which is really good. Like it really keeps you going.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good like culture to have. And how many competitions are there in like, how frequency is the competitions?
I think like there's probably one every 3 weeks.
One every 3 weeks?
Depending on the season, like closer to nationals, there won't be as much. Or maybe for like the newer lifters, there will be some, but then like it's separated into like, of course there's a federation, right? So maybe like the gyms will hold their own novice comps. It doesn't have to be under any federation.
I see.
But then like, if you want to be under a federation, then there's more like sanctioned events,
I see.
So it's quite regular actually.
I see. And when you first started, like how often do you compete?
I competed a lot. So I did my first novice comp a while back before I decided I wanted to powerlift. And then eventually when I got a coach, we competed quite regularly actually. So I got a coach in October. March I did my first comp. And then we kind of set the plan from there. So because the progress, like my momentum was good, we went from one qualifier to another. And then we decided, oh, I can qualify for states. So because I was like my last year as a junior, so I knew I wasn't going to go to junior nationals.
I see.
I had to go to open nationals. So I did states as an open. So that's 2 qualifiers. And then I did open states. And then we said, oh, what's my last year as a junior? And I knew I was competitive.
Yeah.
So we did junior states. And then I think nationals fell within that 12-month period as well. So after states, I think I had like maybe a 2-block turnaround and then it was nationals. Yeah.
And during those 5 competition, like what kind of numbers were you racking up? If you remember.
I think I started my first sanction comp at 402.
Okay.
402.5, and then by nationals, I think I was like at 432 or 437, something like that. I forgot. Okay,
so just for the listeners, like 437 total.
Yeah, total.
Okay.
So it's about like a 30 kilo
like increase.
But my nationals performance also wasn't my best. So like if it ballparked about 30 kilos.
See, how long did it take you to have a 400? Like your first to work out to your comps?
Actually, when I did my novice comp, I had a 375 total.
Okay.
So it's actually quite good.
Yeah.
I think for a novice lifter, it was quite good. So I think the goal was 400 at the time when I do a sanction comp, and then it happened.
I see. Newbie gains. Could you kind of newbie gains? Could you kind of like speak more about like how much do you gain and in what way do you make that kind of progress?
I definitely think like gym consistency was like the biggest driving factor. Like I went from maybe training like rehabbing, not even like strength training, like 3 times a week. And then I started in the gym and I started doing 4 sessions a week. So I think the consistency of that, and then also just not having the experience, it literally makes you go like 0 to 100.
Right.
So it's quite fast to progress when you're new, just because your body's starting to like add on muscle and you're starting to actually learn how to coordinate the movement. It just makes you better, right?
Yeah.
So eventually, it's quite quick.
And also starting young.
Yeah, starting young, yeah. Honestly, like I see a lot of people my age now who just start at the gym, and that's good, that's great.
Yeah.
Like, but to me, what a simple movement is, like a hinge, we talked about this yesterday actually, like a hinge movement in our brain is already like easy,
embedded,
right? Embedded, but for kids or for people who don't have the experience, it's like, it's such a hard movement. So
it is.
Having that prior coordination where I've been in the gym before or just genuinely moved my body more before, I can pick up on it a lot quicker.
And when you started the first year, or at least prior to the comp, do you have a coach before, or not really until you went into?
I had a PT.
Okay.
So he was great. He was he just really helped me with, like, he worked alongside my physio, and the gym that I went to was more of a compound-based gym anyways, like it was more strength training.
I see.
So he definitely did build up my baseline. He taught me the basics. But yeah, so he's really my only other coach in the gym. But of course, like from prior sports, I had a swimming coach. I had my S&C coach. I had my footy coach, like quite a few coaches,
So you, in those kind of like your high school sports, like do you compete often too, or?
Yeah, swimming was like once a month maybe you would compete.
Wow.
Yeah.
That kind of frequency, okay.
On like a competitive level, but like we have like a thing called Friday night races. So as it sounds, like every Friday night you would race.
Wow. Okay.
And that was just more of like a testing, like a benchmark. So like over the week's time, what we've compounded, what's the outcome type of thing.
I see.
And then footy, same thing. If you're in season, you play every Saturday. Yeah.
Wow. So
quite often.
Quite often competing.
Yeah.
And what kind of program were you on, like your first year?
Oh, if I remember.
As in, I mean, I don't mean specifically like numbers, but more so,
What's the
how many?
split?
Yeah, how many? Like, what's your frequency? What's your intensity like?
Yeah.
And like, what do you find worked for you at that point, especially as a newbie?
I guess it was like, I think I was doing like an 8-week block, like very long. And then it was like a 4-day split. I think I was benching like maybe like twice a week. Not the bench frequency wasn't quite high. And then I'll squat one day, deadlift one day. I actually don't remember.
Wow.
But it was pretty much the same. Like you'll have your strength component, like a compound movement, and then a lot of bodybuilding, like accessories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how often would you go heavy?
Like the last week.
Only the last week that you go heavy?
Maybe there was like a few opportunities where we're like, oh, it moves really well. We can like
I see.
up the weight, yeah.
And do you sort of self-regulate your kind of program, or a coach really guided you through at that point?
At that time, it was more like load prescription. So 1 week he'll write 60, maybe the next week he'll write 65. So he will like manage the loads. Percentage, yeah. And then now it's more like uppy based. So depending on how I feel, I think that's definitely like most important. You could have like a 12-hour working day.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to the gym and then like lift something that's going to be uppy 10, right? So it's more like rate of perceived exertion. Yeah.
I see. And like a session at that point, how long were your training?
I like to talk in the gym.
I see.
So maybe a bit shorter than now because I was doing less, but probably I'd say like an hour 15.
An hour 15. Yeah.
2 hours if I was with the right people like talking. But yeah, usually maybe an hour 15.
I see. And for if you can give an advice for sort of beginners, like how often would you recommend people who are just starting off gym to, like, how frequency and how intense should they train?
I think like it honestly, it doesn't really matter where you start. I think like the first thing, like if you genuinely are new to the gym, like being realistic with the expectation. Like, don't say to yourself you're going to go to the gym 4 times a week,
Yeah.
and then you only show up for 1 session.
Yeah.
Maybe like set the goal, maybe 2 sessions a week to begin with, and then actually go.
Yeah.
And then just start from there. And then eventually, whatever your lifestyle provides, if you start to prioritize the gym, then obviously you can go quite regular, like a bit more frequently,
Yeah.
right? So I would say probably 3 times a week is great. 3 times a week would be great. Maybe every day you do maybe like 4 exercises, 5 exercises. And then eventually you can start to build on that as well.
I see. And for your experience coaching clients, like the most newbie of your clients, how often do they train?
At least they train 3 times a week.
Okay.
I think like for my services I provide, if it was lesser than that, I would feel like I'm doing a disservice
I
to
see.
like
Yeah.
make them pay more for honestly not a lot of work from me.
Right.
You know? But even in saying that, if they really wanted to, and it was 2 times a week, and if they give it their all, then absolutely, I would
see.
recommend it. But
And your coaching is specifically mainly powerlifting or
Yeah.
sort of general?
majority of my clients are powerlifting. I do have a few like SNC.
Okay.
So I have an MMA,
I see.
MMA fighter. I had 2 MMA fighters.
Wow.
I had one client that was like a long distance runner. So I think like also trying to navigate 2 different sports, like
I see.
doing SNC alongside running. I do like to switch it up a bit. Like I do enjoy actually programming SNC, but powerlifting of course is my main focus.
I see. And if we can kind of veer towards SNC for MMA, like do you do mini plyometrics or sort of kind of gym squats?
Yeah, I do both. So it's like I do believe in a good mix. I feel like you can't necessarily be explosive without the strength either, and you can't be strong without explosive. Like it's all about like velocity, force.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So if you can push more weight quicker on a bar, then maybe the power that you can produce in the cage or on the mats also works, right?
Yep.
So it's a bit of a mix. Like on a standard day, maybe say like a leg day, I will put like box squats, high bar box squats, and then eventually that will progress to like a box squat jump. So first program maybe it will be like very strength based, like how much can you load on the bar? Quarter squats. It's not too like powerlifting.
Yeah.
And then eventually the next block, if we're going a bit lighter on the squats and maybe there's a competition coming up or whatever, then we start working on more power, more explosiveness, so box squat jumps. And then accessory wise, it's a lot of like resistance training. And then you'll have your plyometrics separate. And then conditioning, of course. I like programming conditioning. I like them struggling at the end.
Yeah. And like how does that differ from like the runner?
Running, I think, because it's more like, depending on their running program as well, it definitely has to be a bit more in moderation. So say if they have like, for my client example, she had a full-time job. She was working like 12 hours a day. She was an engineer. She's an engineer. She's like, she was working long hours, and then she still wanted to get to the gym and fit in her runs. So I think because she's a runner, the backside is lifting.
I see.
I wouldn't prioritize the lifting over the running.
I see.
So she had her own running coach. That's fine.
I see.
But
She's a pro runner?
She's like an ultra marathon runner.
Oh wow, okay.
Pro, I think she's pretty good, but pro, I'm not too sure.
Okay.
And then, so she'll tell me her running days, what her split is. And if she has like, say, a tempo run, a bit more easier than like one of her long runs or like endurance runs, I can put a bit more on that day.
I see.
Yeah.
And your majority clients are powerlifters. What kind of split do you usually go with?
It's definitely very individualized. Same thing. You got to account for their lifestyle, what days they're more tired, what actually works for them. Some people can like eat volume, like they can squat like 10 times a week and not be fatigued.
Yeah.
But like I definitely prefer like, I know we were talking about this, like powerlifters bench a lot.
Yeah.
So every day there usually is bench, unless they genuinely can't handle the frequency. And then usually like it's, a lot of people are just on a 4-day split. So it'll be 2 days worth of squatting, 2 days worth of deadlifting, or days bench. So we'll just kind of figure it out from there. Yeah.
I see. And for your clients, assuming most of them are not like full time into this sport, what do you find like hardest to navigate?
I guess it's more so like, I guess it's kind of just realizing like life isn't always so like linear. Like I have a few uni students, like once it gets to exam period, they're obviously not gonna like, you know, they're gonna be struggling.
Yeah.
So I think just kind of figuring out the periodization to say, hey, I know you probably won't want to max out this week. Like, let's maybe just deload and you can like the next block we can do it. So I think just kind of fitting, same thing. I guess that's really the struggle. Like if they have a lot going on, just kind of reorganizing. But for the most part, like for programming, you don't want to change what's working, right? So yeah.
How often do you test a PR?
It depends really. Like I like to structure like a 3-2-1 basis. So what that means is like one block will go triples, like a top set of 3 reps, and then the second block will go like doubles. So two reps for top set, and then eventually we'll go to a 1 rep. So ideally what should happen is like you accumulate enough fatigue and strength. By the end of it, like your 1 rep should excel a lot from that three blocks, right?
The 3 blocks would be every 3 weeks?
It really, usually I do 5-week blocks.
Okay.
Some clients I have 6.
Okay.
One client I have like 4, just because they can't handle the fatigue accumulation. So it really just depends,
Okay. And so there's a misconception about women lifting heavy weights. What's your thought on women lifting heavy?
I think, of course, my perspective is very much, I feel like women should. Females have like, if not just for like powerlifting, like females are already at like, not a detriment, but like our health comes first, right? And we're already subjected to more like diseases as we get older. So one thing being osteoporosis or osteoarthritis. And then our bone density gets a lot weaker, which causes arthritis, right? Our hormones, like once we're like past 30, like there's so much that can happen, and there's so much evidence to point towards like strength training, like building muscle can support you so much in the long term. So I think that's like my number 1. Number 2, in terms of like gym culture and stereotypes, like I think the misconception is women get bigger, like you get bulkier, and while that can be true, like I think I'm not probably the best person to show. There's so many like women that still stay quite small.
Right.
They have the sleeper build, like, and it's fine.
That kind of leads into like, how much do you have to eat for you to really gain?
Like size?
Yeah, for I guess female.
For females, I think because of like our hormonal cycle, it changes things. It's not like males can like 24-hour cycle. They can eat a lot. They need to eat even more, right? Just depending between female to female, like you'd still have to eat a lot to gain like mass.
Right.
So like if you're on your everyday diet, you're hitting a protein intake, you can stay quite lean and you can still support like the work you're doing, like the performances you want to do.
And what's the kind of protein you would recommend that you do, and also when you're for your client?
Right now, I intake about 170 grams of protein, so quite a bit. That's just to obviously improve recovery, support my training. Usually the rule of thumb is like 1.8 to 2.2 grams. Per kg. Per kg of body weight, yes. So anywhere between that.
Okay. And since we're on that topic, let's switch to like, you've been coming back to like Malaysia quite often. How do you find the food in Malaysia for your specific goals? Like you're cutting, and you're trying to keep your macros in check. So how hard is it here, and what kind of difficulties are you facing in Malaysia?
My protein intake is definitely like the hardest thing to keep here, especially because like in Malaysia, I think the culture is to eat out a bit more. Like you got a lot of kopitiam. Like outside food choices that are really nice. But it's a lot of like it's a big carbohydrate base.
Right.
And then the meat quality usually is like, it's normal meat quality. So like the fat percentage is still quite high when you do want to intake meat. So I guess that's really the biggest struggle, like just trying to
eat lean.
Eat lean.
Yeah.
Like even shopping centers, like extra lean mince, like you won't be able to find. But for the most part, it is quite hard. And then tracking, of course, at the moment I'm tracking. My nutritionist will laugh at me.
Okay.
Like me being able to track a portion size personally is quite hard. Like you eat, like the culture in Asia is to eat with family or eat with friends, right? And you share dishes. Western culture isn't really like that. Like you kind of eat your own serving. So like maybe we'll take one piece from another plate or like a few pieces from another plate. So by the end of it, you're like, oh, how much did I really eat?
It is hard. But these days I find it, my strategy, especially when I'm eating out with friends or whatever, when we order a bunch of plates, is every single time I add anything to a plate, I'll take a photo before I add. So that I can go to ChatGPT and ask like, what's my macro?
You've put me on. I forgot about ChatGPT being able to take photos.
Yeah, I mean,
I should have thought of that.
I learned about that like actually through a client of mine. I for a long time I would refuse to track my calories because it's just a pain.
It's time consuming.
Yeah, it's just really pain, and I don't really cook myself that often. Well, these days I do, but last year barely. So it's hard to keep in, like you go and you have mama and you have curries, and you're like, how many calories into this? I can't count. So the most I would do is I would just guess how much protein I have, but neglect the calories. But since ChatGPT is a thing now, I was like, oh, it's easy, and I've been successfully like being able to cut like 5 kilograms in like I think 2.5 to 3 months.
That's really good, actually.
So that was my strategy here. And you mentioned in Australia you get extra lean meat. So like in groceries, what's the difference that you can see in Malaysia versus Australia?
I think like in Australia, there's more options in terms of buying yourself from the grocery store and being able to cook at home. So there's like regular mince, which is what you'll probably find here. And then there's lean mince and then extra lean. So extra lean, I think, is like under 5% fat.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's good. And then lean is like, I don't know, 10%, 15%.
Okay.
And then regular is your regular. So I think like if you are cutting or you're serious about tracking your food and being on top of your macros, then there is more options. But that's also because in Australia, we don't like eat out as much. Like, I think like for an average lunch here, you can go and buy like char kway teow or, you know, you have so much food options. Whereas in Australia, like, I think it's more standard to like meal prep, or you bring your leftovers from dinner, or like.
I see.
Yeah.
And the reason being?
I think it's the cost. The cost, number one, is like Australia, like on your, like you can buy chicken rice here for like 9 ringgit. Yeah. And pretty standard portion, right? Maybe you need extra.
Wow, we do. Like my chicken rice portion is like 27 ringgit minimum.
27.
Yeah, I mean I have to eat half a chicken.
That's protein.
Yeah.
But like Australia, like your average meal is already 27, and then if you want to add meat, right? Like if
wait. Your average meal is 27 Aussie.
Yeah. So it's like 60 something ringgit here, right? So it's like, it's either you go to a restaurant and you're spending like 25 upwards. 25 actually is like cheaper end already. Or you're going to a fast food place. Like there's probably restaurants to fast food ratio is almost the same.
Wow.
Whereas like here, there's more choice. I think the food quality, like not food quality, but the whole foods is like a bit better. Yeah.
Whole foods here.
Yeah.
I mean,
like,
I see. And so Australia doesn't have like a kopitiam culture like we do.
No, not at all.
So it's mainly restaurants and fast food.
Fast food cafes, a lot of cafes, but like same thing. Say you get like eggs Benedict, right? If you want to add your salmon, you want to add ham or bacon or chicken or whatever, it's like
all the proteins.
$6.
Wow.
Yes, it's crazy. Yeah.
Wow. So how often do you cook on your own in Australia?
It really just depends. Like if I'm tracking, I'll probably prep my my lunch and dinner. But I still live at home with mom, so
I see.
my mom cooks dinner.
I see.
And for the most part, it's quite healthy. Like, you know, Chinese food,
Yum.
done right, like not as much oil.
Yum.
It's good.
Yum.
It's wholesome. So usually I'll just pack my lunch. Breakfast, maybe I'll have like a protein shake, a banana, something like that. Because I'm always waking up late, going places late. So I need to be on the go. But otherwise, yeah, I usually will eat at home more than I go out.
I see. And what's your calorie deficit at the moment?
At the moment, it's 1,800.
1,800 for how long?
1,800, give or take.
Until you're
Until
calm.
comp, pretty much, yeah. Unless I cut enough that I can kind of eat into comp.
I see.
But usually, I'm probably sit around like 23 to 2,500. If I'm not really tracking, maybe like 4,000.
Really?
No, I'm joking. I probably
Okay.
could, but
Yeah, I have those days too.
like my job, online coaching is quite sedentary. You just sit, reply, program. Same with my other job. So there's not much movement, so I can't eat as much as I'd like to.
I see. But how often do you actually track? Outside of do you still track?
I'm guilty of not tracking.
Okay, same.
I have a mix. Like sometimes when I'm really like on it and I'm like, yeah, I really want to hit, like usually if anything, protein. I'll track protein. But for the most part, like I'll roughly track.
Yeah.
So say I like track my breakfast and lunch, I won't really need to track dinner because I kind of already know how much is left, and then I can kind of estimate already like 125 grams of rice, how much is that? Or like, yeah, so on and so forth. So for the most part, I think I'm halfway there.
How good is your eyeballing calories?
I think my stomach,
Okay.
my stomach works more than my eyes.
I see. Your eyes just want everything.
My eyes just wants everything. But like, I think it's hard. Like, you put a bit too much water in your rice when you're cooking, and then suddenly like, it's a lot less than like dry rice. You know, like.
Yeah.
So usually I'll have my scale at home, or everything.
I see.
But I think for estimates, I'm 70% accurate. Yeah.
And would you say you eat more in Australia or you eat more in Malaysia?
Oh, frequency, I eat more here.
Okay. Mainly because
when I'm here, I'm with family. So like, I'll actually go out for breakfast, and then after breakfast, we're like, where to next?
Yeah.
Then you eat lunch, and then you eat dinner, and dinner leads to dessert.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much the activity in Penang.
Yeah, you eat, right?
Yeah, like wherever you go, people would the first thing they would ask you is like, have you eaten yet? Yeah. So yeah, it is a very Penang, and I think maybe even a Malaysian thing, like to really eat.
But I think like portion size is definitely smaller here. So it kind of balances out.
Okay.
Whereas in Australia, like, because I'm working in Australia, like more, maybe I'll have like 2 meals a day, but my meals will be like 600, 700 calories. So, yeah.
I see. And here you can easily rack up 1,000 without knowing.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe I'm worse here.
Yeah, and I think the silent killer is always oils and fats.
Yeah.
That's and in Malaysia there is a lot of deep fried food. So yeah, that has been like prior to calculating, I didn't know like how to really measure like oils until now. It's like, this is 100 calories. I can't afford that.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like you look at it and you're like, oh, it's only like 1 tablespoon, and then suddenly it's like 100 cal. You're like, what the hell? That's 100 cal worth of fat here. So yeah, you definitely have to be careful, like what you eat here. Like I think like on a general scale, like you eat your kway teow tang. I've learned, my nutritionist taught me like clear soups, quite good.
Yeah.
You know, you already know there's a little less in there.
Yeah.
Chicken rice, quite standard, like your basic foods. But then your char kway teow, you don't know how much oil they're putting in to fry.
Okay, your chicken rice, do you skin on or skin off?
I skin on, but
Okay.
I should not.
Okay.
But it's the taste as well. Like,
Yeah.
how bad do I want it? Like, for the most part, I'll eat it with the skin on.
I see. Okay. Because I usually opt for the skin on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, chicken rice is bland enough. I mean, I do like eating chicken rice, but the frequency of me eating is like, if I don't eat it with the skin on, I'm gonna go nuts.
You're just, and that's where all the taste is as well. Like, who wants to just eat like chicken?
Yeah, and in Australia, grocery stores, like processed foods, how would you kind of rate the size? Like, let's say a supermarket or a grocery store, how many % will be whole foods and how many % will be processed?
It'll be like 85 to 15. So 85% produce, not produce, sorry, package.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I see. So not much difference from here.
Yeah. I think, like for the most part, your fruits and everything like that, they can only make up so much, right? But everything else is packaged.
Yeah.
It's more easily accessible.
Yeah,
it's convenient.
Easy, a lot of marketing going into it too.
Yeah.
And is it in Australia, since you said mostly is restaurants, how many fast foods are there out there?
There's a lot.
A lot.
So like say you're driving through one town, right?
Yeah.
One suburb, you'll probably cross a KFC, McDonald's. We call it Hungry Jack's, you guys call it Burger King.
Okay.
Maybe like a Subway. Subway, like they sell it like it's healthy, but then by the time you actually finish it, it's like 1,000 calories.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot of fast food. Yeah, so restaurants, I'll probably say like there's more fast food than restaurants. But yeah, it's probably like a 55-45%.
I see. And is
on
there,
the regular,
are there like healthy option fast food like menus or no?
Not really. It can be marketed as healthy. Like McDonald's doing a chicken wrap. Like you check the calories and it's like almost the same as like, I don't know, like a Big Mac.
Yeah.
There is a few more healthier options, I think, in Australia compared to here in terms of fast food. We have like a lot of Mexican food. And for the most part, like it's called GYG, it's the best.
GYD.
GYG.
GYG,
and
okay.
Mad Mix. So like it's a bit more like on the whole food side for fast food. Where it's like your brown rice, your protein, and then like tomato,
burrito.
like typical, yeah. So I guess it's still high calorie, but in a sense it's a bit healthier because it's not as like processed.
I see.
Sushi is really big in Australia. Like just buying sushi rolls. Your gym junkies love it.
I see.
But it's also very high carb. It's still not like a high protein option. So like I guess there is a few different things you can try. But yeah, there's still definitely like McDonald's, Hungry Jack's, Burger King, like that's still more prominent than like your sushi or something like that.
I see. Since we talk about food and food sort of leads into like sort of body image, what's your experience like being sort of a female fitness influencers?
In Western society, it's more accepted. Like, of course, like, I'm a bigger girl. Like, I'm more built.
Structurally.
So for the most part, I think because like genetically, there's so much more difference in Australia. I'm quite normal almost, right? Like, so there's still very small people. Don't get me wrong, but there's also very large people.
Yeah.
So I think I fit maybe mid-range. So I feel comfortable in Western society. I still, of course, you get your typical self-esteem. Like sometimes you're like, oh, I look bloated, or I'm not looking my best. But for the most part, the gym is quite accepting. Like the gym culture in Australia is very accepting. So like even if you are like a larger person going to the gym, for the like people do their own thing anyways. Like you might be anxious yourself, but a lot of people are really just focused on themselves. So whatever you do, like. It's fine. Coming to gyms in Asia, I've had a lot of uncles like, are you training for beauty or for like for strength? And I'm like, for strength. They're like, oh, I can tell. Like, so of course, like I'm on the bigger side in Asia. So that obviously, like self-esteem wise, yes, sometimes going into a gym that is a bit more commercial, I'm a bit more like shy. And then like going out, like the party scene, like I go out with my cousin every time I come back. And of course, the girls are tiny. And you think to yourself a bit like, apart from fitness, the aesthetic, of course, like sometimes I wish, oh, I could be skinny. Like I wish I was skinny. I wish I was smaller. But at the end of the day, like I am still able to move the way I am. I'm still strong. I still prefer that than like being maybe smaller and not able to do anything, you know? So yeah, like you do get some anxiety, but for the most part, like it's fine. Yeah.
And do you find you get judged by that standard in Malaysia or even in Australia?
In Malaysia, in what standard? Sorry,
like sort of beauty standards.
I think because I'm half, it's a bit different. Like some people kind of already like, oh, she's mixed, like
I see.
she's bigger anyways.
I see.
Like, oh, they call me healthy, like
I see.
oh, she's not big, she's healthy. But for the most part, like because I'm mixed, the perceptions already changed. Like they see me and they're like, oh, ang mo, like they already assume just because I'm white. So not really, but I think like all the aunties will usually be like, oh, don't lift weights, like you know, like
really,
don't lift weights, you'll injure yourself. Previously, like especially my family was like that. Like, oh, you're gonna injure yourself. Why are you doing that? Like
your family in back Australia? Or
both.
here?
Actually, my mom was happy for me to do it, but on the odd occasion she'll be like, but you're gonna injure yourself. Sorry, I just touched the mic.
No,
And then like my aunties here, like when I first started, they were very much like, why are you doing that? Like you're gonna hurt yourself. Like you don't have to lift that heavy.
Mainly because of the heavy weights.
Yeah, but I think
see.
it's also the misconception, like you're gonna get bigger. But then eventually, like over time, because my grandma's quite old, and they started educating themselves on like strength training or just movement, like physiology, they started to become more accepting and they're actually quite proud of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, even the size, like they won't call me fat anymore. They used to call me fat all the time, but now they're like, oh, she's muscular.
I see. And what is like being sort of a female powerlifter in Australia?
I think because it's more like the past like 5 years, it's been more widely known. Like it's growing a lot. It's pretty good.
Okay.
It's pretty fine. Like sometimes like there'll be like little jokes that can be made, like, but they're very just like sexist based jokes.
I see.
Yeah, but for the most part, like if you're in a good community.
Like jokes among your friends or among the gym community?
The gym community.
Really?
Yeah, like females are weak, like that type of thing.
Okay.
Like, but
I see.
yeah, for the most part, it's okay. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Like how is Australia fitness culture like versus other countries? And I don't just mean like Malaysia.
I think it's quite similar throughout like Western society. Maybe Europe is a bit different because you see a lot of, in powerlifting anyways, like there's a lot more younger lifters from Europe that are coming up.
I see.
And they're like really strong, like really strong. So in that sense, Australia is a bit on the back end. Like we're not as developed in the gym for powerlifting.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
like the starting age maybe is like a lot older compared to like Europe and America. To Asia, I think because of the accessibility in Western culture compared to Asia, there's maybe just that difference. Like because there's less people, there's less knowledge, and then yeah, it's not as known about. So like while it's still developing, I think people are more accepting of it now. Like strength training and gym culture. Yeah.
Have you been to like international comms?
I haven't.
I see. When?
Soon, hopefully.
Do you have to like score like a point system in order to get into it?
So in powerlifting, there's like it's called a good lifts point system for IPF, like the main federation for powerlifting. It pretty much, it's a formula that standardizes lifting between like male, female, and weight classes. So if you have like a GL of like 80 to 90, you're considered good. 90 to 100, 100 plus, you're like excellent. So usually the basis of like qualification can be off total. So each country will select what they want their international QT to be, so their international qualifying total to be. Right now, Australia is quite high.
I see.
So that's why I haven't been able to go yet. So I think for like a regional competition, like not world stage, for me anyways, it's about 480.
Okay, and you're currently?
My training total is now 480.
Okay.
And then for the world stage, it's like 515. But for our weight class, 515 would put you in the top 10 of the world already.
I see.
So I feel like it is quite high. It's a good thing that it's high, but it's still quite high.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just really depends on what country what they want the qualifier to be, like qualifying total. And then of course there's the matter of placement. So like if you place first at nationals and you qualify, you will get selected over who comes second, right? So that's usually the process. So that's why.
Had you experienced any gender biases in the sport?
I guess, yeah, because like, I think the difference between male lifting and female lifting is quite substantial. Like for a 74 kilo man, like maybe they can deadlift like 280 kilos. For a female like myself who weighs like 74 kilos maybe at comp, I can only deadlift like 190. So there's 100 kilos difference, right?
Right.
So I think like there can be a lot of like jokes and biases to say like women, or like the GL topic, like they'll say like, oh, you're given it more easy because you're female.
I see.
But otherwise, like for powerlifting anyways, it's been more okay. Like everyone's still quite supportive. Yeah. But there'll be little jokes and biases that can, you know, still affect people, right?
And how has like powerlifting shaped your identity and confidence?
The fact that I'm there 5 days a week, it's formed my identity quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like I got a job out of it, right? I think like in terms of confidence, just it's good to understand that what you're working towards, like you kind of get to see the fruits of your own labor. Like you work towards something, you reach your goals. I guess it can be any sport, but like the objective measure of like, it's just numbers. Like no matter if you have a bad day, good day, like it's still just numbers.
Yeah.
And in that sense, it has built my confidence because like, it's not measured on how I played on a footy field with a team or something like that. Like I can't really justify that, you know? But because I can see the progress literally numerically,
Right.
I enjoy it and it builds my confidence. In the gym, like in terms of gym confidence, definitely from like when I first started, I'd be like hiding in the corner.
I see.
Like I won't touch the dumbbells because like it's all males, right?
I see.
To now where I'm like, whatever. I can go train, I'm fine, yeah.
I see. And if you miss a lift, does it take a toll on your confidence?
It can. I think like my deadlifts at the moment, I think for my past, I've competed 7 times. 7, I think. For the past like 5 comps, I've missed my third deadlift.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. Or not 5 comps, for 5 out of the 7, I've missed my third deadlift. So I do get a bit like nervous or anxious leading into like my final weeks of deadlifts. Especially now that I'm in competition prep, like the peak week I'm like genuinely scared about. But I wouldn't say it like scares me enough for me to like stop or not try hard enough.
Yeah.
Like I'll always try harder, you know? So in a sense, it's kind of good. It's like I can cry about it for 5 minutes and then afterwards I'm like, okay, what's next? What can I do to be better?
Okay. And like, had you currently hit any, any major plateau?
I guess deadlifts.
Okay.
Like I haven't progressed like compared to my other numbers, my deadlifts are the least progressive. But I think the general trend is always upwards. I couldn't say I've hit like a major plateau. Yeah.
But when you hit a plateau, in terms of deadlifts, had you like shifted techniques or?
I went from conventional to sumo.
Okay.
And then
went to the dark side.
I know. Because my grip always used to slip out. And I don't know why. One day I was just like, I'm switching. I don't even want to. Yeah, I don't know why. It's just
you use hook, but you use hook grip.
My hands are small. I have the tiniest hands. My coach advised me like maybe you should try hook, and I was like, I can't even grab the bar. So I changed to sumo, and then I think because in my mind I was changing style, like from conventional to sumo, I was already like accepted the fact that there was going to be slope. Like I had to rebuild, right?
I see.
So yeah, I've changed technique. I've changed even in sumo. I've changed my technique even more. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this competition will pull through. But yeah, I think I'm only 3 years. Like this is my 3rd year of competitive powerlifting. I'm still new, to be honest. Like a lot of powerlifters have been lifting for 5+ years. So I can't really speak on like having a plateau, like a few years where I haven't hit a PR or like added numbers to my total. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been on a very, very good run,
Yeah.
so to speak. Yeah. So how you manage like social life, lifting, recovery, since you especially during the year that you compete so often?
For the most part, like I won't, or like yes, I'll say no to some events, but I won't really let like powerlifting stop my life. Like it's become a big part of my life, but it's not like, it's still a priority, of course, but like I'll still go out on the weekend if there's something on. I'll still enjoy my life, right? But in terms of day to day, it definitely like, in terms of family time, like, because I'll work during the daytime and then I'll go train. And then maybe I won't see like my mom or dad at night. I won't necessarily let it stop my life. There's some events I will say no to, of course, if it's like too close to comp or...
Events as in like parties?
Parties, dinners, like if I know like the place we're going to as friends will be like very like, there's no safe option, I'll probably say no. And same with parties, like you don't just go, sometimes you go out and then you say, no, I'm not gonna drink, or I'm not gonna, you know.
Yeah.
And then you end up drinking. So like I'll try to just avoid that situation altogether. But for the most part, like during training time, like normal training, I won't, like, yes, powerlifting is a big part of my life, but I still want to live a life, right?
Yeah.
I don't want it to be be all end all. Like I won't drink, I won't go out, I will just eat chicken breast and rice. Like, so in that aspect, I'll still go out and have fun with my friends. On a family aspect, like sometimes I won't see my family because like after work, I'll go and train, and maybe training will go 2-3 hours. And then by the time I get home, my parents are asleep or they're tired and we won't really spend time together. But then, yeah, I guess it's all about like juggling your time management, right? Which I'm terrible at. So maybe on the weekends, I'll spend more time with my parents and then, yeah. But I think like the gym as well, like in a sense, like it's created a new aspect of my life where I've met a lot of friends through powerlifting. So I am able to still actually like have a social life because I go to the gym and then I talk. Yeah. And then, you know, in that aspect, it's still quite social.
Yeah. So you have a lot of friends that lives.
Yeah,
that helps a lot.
It definitely does.
Yeah. Because I think that's been kind of my life recently, ever since I moved back to Penang. It's like it's jiu-jitsu and here.
Yeah. Like if you don't connect with the people that you train with, like it's really boring. Like you don't have the support that you want. Like maybe you're having a bad day or like you're about to hit a PR. Like imagine actually not knowing anyone, like or not talking to anyone. You just be isolated.
Yeah. And I think we kind of like talk about that a bit, or maybe a bit more. But thoughts on body image and lifting.
Oh yes. Yeah, I guess from depending on what standard, of course, like in Asian standards, it's not as good to be big. But yeah, there is like the stereotype that you will get bigger. It's not always the case. Yeah. You know, rare percentage. Yeah. Like I know so many like Singaporean lifters, Malaysian lifters that are like under 52 kilo weight class, and like when I see their photos where like they're not in powerlifting gear, I'm like, damn girl, you look good. Like like you wouldn't look at them and think like, oh, she's too muscular, or like, you know. In Western standards, sometimes it's like really good to be muscular. Like some people love it. Yeah. And it's just more accepted anyways. Like it's considered more healthy than to not have muscle, you know?
But would you credit that to genetics or more than that?
I think it's the diversity of Western society. Like you'll find some people obviously genetically are naturally more muscular, or they're gifted. So I guess in that aspect, because people see more different builds,
I see.
It is more accepted. Whereas like Asians are very muscular actually. If they train, they're very muscular. But like your everyday standard Malaysian or Asian isn't like naturally muscular because they just don't train. That's it. Yeah.
Because I know Australia does have a crowd of Asians. Did you start seeing more Asians in the gym?
Yeah, like in my gym anyways, probably like past 6 p.m. Like if you're white, it's a minority.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like there's a lot of Filipinos, Chinese. There's a lot of Chinese that lift. And that's because they've, like, obviously it's been more accepted in Western, like they're the Asians that have grown up in Australia or in Western like culture. So there is a lot of Asians in Australia that do lift. Like powerlifting is probably like maybe 45-50% Asian.
Yeah, I mean, that can be credited to our genetic disposition to structure.
Yeah, like you guys are built to squat.
Yeah, true.
It's crazy. Even in Asia, like I can sense like there's been a switch as well. Like Malaysia, anyways, like just talking to family and friends that I've met here, like the previous years, like it's not as like, oh, I don't really want to do that, and then eventually it's become like there's more and more interest, which is really good. Yeah. So
I hope the interest keep on growing. Yeah. And any advice for women who are scared of lifting?
I think like don't be afraid, because I think like the notion that you're just suddenly going to lift heavy is like quite common. Like you're not going to start with 100 kilos, 200 kilos on the barbell.
Yeah.
Like there's always a regression. Like if you don't know how to lift, you start with a bodyweight squat, and then you eventually build up. I think like the notion that they're scared, like at the end of the day, I think without powerlifting and like sport, it's still going to do a service to you. Like it's for your health, right?
Yeah.
So doing these things and making just general movement before you can start to progress, kind of will take away the fear anyways.
Yeah. What do you wish you knew when you first started powerlifting?
Definitely that it takes time. Like there will be general frustrations. Like sometimes technically you're not able to get it, or like, the weight's a bit too heavy. But like just like anything, like it takes time, and consistency definitely like is the push that you need.
Yeah.
Like you need to be disciplined. You need to, if motivation isn't there, definitely if anything, discipline. And it's not always fun. I mean, like we just do 3 movements.
Yeah.
So in that aspect, like just be ready that it's not always going to be like, a fun time. Yeah.
And had you have any like setbacks, not just in powerlifting, but in sort of your fitness career that you learn from a lot?
I definitely think like injury has been like a big, I get injured a lot.
I see.
Not a few major injuries, a few very minor injuries, but just annoying and like slow down the progress a bit. I guess one thing that injury does teach you is that you just have to keep moving forwards. It's never like oh my gosh, I'm just going to stop. It's always like a what's next? Like what can I do to improve myself, or like get back to how I can move? And if not, get back to my previous level, like how to be better than that.
Right.
That's probably the biggest like setback that I really face. Generally speaking, mindset will be like another thing that sets you back a bit. Like I think during swimming, our coaches were very old school, like very old school.
I see.
So like for a female athlete especially, like we were 11, like we're still developing, right? And like comments that can be made about like body type or body weight or that type of thing can sometimes, of course, affect you mentally. And I think at that time it was like very like, you're just a teenager, you're just a kid still. So kind of finding that resilience to continue forwards. And especially between sport, like understanding that it's not just like quitting. Like when I finished swimming, it was very much like, oh my gosh, I'm just quitting. It's getting too hard. I'm just quitting. But like, there will always be another door that opens if you want it, if you want to, of course. Right. So like, understanding that like not every decision you make in life is going to be like be all end all.
I see.
Like you're not just a quitter. You can there's always something else to do, right?
Yeah. Okay. And quick fire rounds.
Okay.
3 foods you can't live without.
Asia edition or Malaysia or Western culture?
Actually, both.
Both? In Malaysia, chicken rice.
Okay.
Kway teow thang. Very simple. I'm a simple Malaysian eater. Third one. Kaya toast and boiled egg.
Okay, so
just
very
staple foods.
So very macro friendly.
I'm not even thinking about the macros. I think it's like just not the same in Australia.
Oh, okay.
Like you don't get the same taste in Australia. So like
but
every time.
But you wouldn't go for like char kway teows.
Char kway teow is like.
Overrated.
It's my D tier. Like,
Oh wow, okay.
Even when I come back to Malaysia, char kway teow was like
I see.
not on my top 5.
Okay, what's your thought on Ramly burger versus like a Western burger?
Oh, I definitely like a Ramly burger. Actually, that's a good one. Ramly burger better. I think
okay.
it's just because like I only come back here so often, like still quite regularly, but these food choices aren't in Australia.
Yeah.
And then when you have that craving, like you're
Yeah.
craving a good chicken rice or Ramly burger
Yeah.
or like kway teow tang's not even like, it doesn't even exist in Australia, I don't
Yeah.
think. So,
I mean, Ramly burger made it to the Burger Scholar.
really?
Yeah,
Wow.
there's this American guy, like he talks about everything about burgers.
Yeah.
I think he, First with Feast like channel, and they call him the Burger Scholar because he went to every single corners
Yeah.
of America to
Wow.
find like different version of
Yeah.
a burger, and
Yeah.
he featured Ramly burger
Wow.
into his into one of his, I guess, catalog in that sense. So
I think like because the taste isn't similar to your standard burger.
yeah, it is. It's very unique.
It's very unique. Actually, I didn't even think about that.
Okay.
But so high calorie.
It is very high in calories. It's there's sauce. There's so
Yeah.
many oils in there.
Yeah, definitely.
And okay, 3 food version Western.
Shit. GYG. My Mexican fast food.
Okay.
Australian steak. I think like, I guess you can get it anywhere, but of course in Australia, you eat Australian steak. What's my last? Ooh. There's nothing that's really like Australian.
It may not be Australian. It could
May
be
not
any
be
Western food.
Pizza.
Okay.
I love pizza.
Okay. Okay.
I'm down a pizza.
That's then okay. GYG is that?
Yeah.
What would you order in GYG
A
then?
naked burrito bowl.
Okay.
No beans.
Okay.
So it's just brown rice, no beans. You can choose between like pulled beef or like chicken. I like pulled beef.
Okay.
No sour cream.
Okay.
Tomato, lettuce, onion, jalapenos, cheese, and then avocado, like guac on top.
Okay. Wow. Very,
Spicy salsa.
very, very lean.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for me, my favorite Mexican dish would forever be tacos.
Yeah, but the cost to food ratio in
Yeah,
Australia,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, for 3 tacos is like $20. I'm like,
Wow.
yeah, it's expensive.
It's insane. I mean, I'm fortunate enough that I used to live in Chicago, where I used to live in a Mexican neighborhood.
Oh, wow.
And the taco joints there just bomb.
Mexican food is good.
Yeah, they are.
It's really good.
Okay, pre-comp. Would you choose a pre-comp meal or guilty pleasure before competition?
I've been on if I could choose, probably a guilty pleasure.
Okay.
But realistically, I've only ever been cutting into comp. So
No, I mean, before the stage. Like, would you, before your lift, would you like pre-pack like rice, or would you like go for like the sweet sugar?
rice.
Okay.
I think like my comp bag will be like a pre-workout feed,
Yeah.
like carb up at the beginning. So it will be rice, usually rice and like tuna, something very basic. And then like lollies. There's nothing else.
What is lollies?
Tango.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
like just lollies.
Okay. Okay. Lifts you're most proud of?
I recently squatted 192 kilos. And I think it was just a training lift, but the reason I'm so proud is because it put like 200 is now the horizon. Like it really actually opened my eyes to be like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I can probably squat 200.
You're there.
Almost there.
You're there.
100 kilo milestone. It wasn't comp standard, but still it's 100 kilos.
Yeah.
So I think mainly just those two. Yeah.
Okay. One thing you're still working on yourself?
Time management.
Okay. Okay, why is it so bad?
I don't know. I think I have like ADHD or something.
I see.
I'm terrible with time management. Like I will have time. Say I'm like 1 hour before I have to be somewhere, and I will schedule it in my head like 30 minutes to get ready, 30 minutes travel, and then suddenly it's like
Half an hour late.
Suddenly I'm half an hour late. So definitely time management. And then maybe just being more like, I feel like I'm already quite confident in the sense, like general confidence is good, but being able to like just kind of put away the anxiety a bit more, because I get very anxious. Yeah.
I see. Okay, that's about it. Wish you best in your competition.
Thank you so much.
And feel free to come back anytime.
Of course. Thank
All right.
you.